You know how if you drop a rock in a pond, the ripple effect moves outward? That's what it means to be part of Hollister. The impact is so good and it just radiates outward and outward.
It's in the bloodstream of Hollister. We care. I cannot imagine being anywhere else. I can't imagine being somebody else other than that kind of person that cares.
People that we've been able to help through the years, it always reminds me of why I love what I do. The work that we do really can change people's lives, and there's no better feeling than that.
During our growth years, for people who would come and leave, there was always something special about working at Hollister, but we couldn't really touch and feel it. We really wanted to be able to articulate that well. I said, if I'm going to continue running this company, I'm going to run it with this notion of whole self. Wouldn't it be great if people really felt like they could bring their whole selves to work?
When I come to work, I can be 100% myself. I don't have to act in a certain way. I'm not trying to be someone I'm not. Any negatives, any flaws, I'm understood in that regard. And that's what I appreciate about being here at Hollister. When you're in a positive place professionally and you're happy, it creates greatness overall. I had realized when I was interviewing these people that confidence boost that they needed, it was the same confidence boost that I had needed.
I set this call up with Jen and Lauren. I said, yeah, today I was promoted to facility manager. And we were all just thinking of where this all came from. That initial meeting, I was just so thankful to them.
You are working at a business for a total of 2 hours, once a week for 6 weeks, 12 hours.
Work that Apprentice Learning is doing, we couldn't do it without worksite partners. Companies like Hollister recognize how important it is to invest in those young people. That investment is the bread and butter of our work.
Here in a new city, I worked for as long as I could until I met Taylor Sniffen at Hollister. We had similar stories, and I was able to kind of confide in him certain things. He looked at my resume, and he said, you have some good things on here. We need to just build your brand. The time came where Taylor placed me at my current place of employment. That call was it was such a relief, and I was so overjoyed. I can't trade that day for anything in the world.
This staffing company has allowed me the ability to transform lives. It's that whole self notion, but it's also about building better and lasting relationships. I feel we haven't even scratched the surface.
30 years for any business is a milestone. 30 years in staffing is an eternity in a very competitive staffing market.
The absolute amount of impact that we've had on people's lives is amazing. We do what we think is right, but what we'll always do is step back and say, how do we make that better? How do we use that to help us grow and be the best at what we do?
When I think about future for this company, it is absolutely nothing but goodness. Sometimes people will say to me, how do you walk in so excited and so happy? You've been doing this for 30 years. I've been doing it today. And today is the first day of the next 30 years.